There are so many worthy causes to fundraise for and so many ways for the online and streaming communities to fundraise. Charity streams, raffles, charity bundles, and more. Up until recently, I thought that charity bundles through DriveThruRPG, DM's Guild, and Itch were the only ways to host a charity bundle. If you stick with me to the end of this video, I'll walk you through how I hosted a tabletop role-playing game charity bundle that raised over $33,000 for Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Now don't let that last sentence fool you. There were 195 submissions from 125 creators. I could not have done this without the support of the TTRPG community. To set the stage, this was actually supposed to be an itch bundle first, but there were a lot of hiccups with communication with this itch bundle that had over 600 different submissions, and it wasn't approved in time for it to go live like I had originally planned. So instead of waiting around, I concocted a plan to use a Google form to collect submissions, use Google Sheets to house the download links, and collect donations via Tiltify. I knew when collecting information from the TTRPG creators that I needed an easy way to take the submissions and turn them into a sheet. So I used a Google form that linked all of the submissions to a Google Sheet. I had a pretty lengthy introduction to the Google form that explained when the bundle would be live, how much it would cost, and how the download process would work. More on that later. Questions included the title of the TTRPG, a link to where folks could look at the TTRPG, the name of the publisher, link to their website, cover photo, what the game is regularly priced at, and the download link to the TTRPG. I included step-by-step instructions on how to create unlimited download links for the games on Itch, DM's Guild, and DriveThruRPG. Looking back, I would definitely include a video as well with instructions, specifically for Itch, because there was a lot of confusion around the Itch games. So you can create an unlimited download link, but if you have it so someone can claim the link, only that person can use the download link, and obviously we didn't want that. There was a 2-week submission period for folks to submit their games to the bundle, but I ended up keeping that submission link open afterwards. We actually ended up getting additional games added to the bundle after it went live. That was actually pretty nice because a lot of folks who got early access to the bundle noticed new games were added during the first week, and they really liked that. While I had the submissions from the form get auto-populated into a Google Sheet to help me stay organized, I actually set up a second sheet that I made public where I copied all of the submission info minus the email addresses as well as the download codes for all of the games so folks could see what other games had already been submitted. This was really nice during the submission period, but then it was incredibly helpful during the actual bundle period. I had actually intended to delete the submission sheet after the bundle ended, but a lot of folks actually asked me if I could keep it open past the deadline so it could help them look at all of the publishers after the bundle ended and help them keep all of their new TTRPGs organized. To kick off the bundle and to get into the hands of donors, I set up a restricted Google Sheet. In the settings, I made sure that viewers wouldn't have the option to download, print, or copy the sheet because I didn't want the download codes getting linked into the hands of those who hadn't purchased the bundle for $15. I also made it so you had to have a verified Gmail account to access the bundle to make it just a little bit more secure. Throughout the bundle, I learned that you can only share a Google Sheet with 600 people at a time, and by the end of the bundle, I had made 3 Google Sheets to share the download codes with over 1,500 individual donors. If I could go back and do it again, I would have put in the Tiltify and in some of my marketing messages that you should donate with a Gmail, since you needed a Gmail to access the bundle. I was sharing the access to the download sheets directly with the emails that I received in the donation Excel sheets from Tiltify. Occasionally, I would give access to a non-Gmail account, and then a request to let so-and-so into the bundle would pop up, but I couldn't see who that person was because they were using their Gmail account, not the account that they used to donate to the Tiltify. I wanted to verify all of the emails to make sure that they had actually donated their $15, and I did actually have one donor try to share access with their friends, and I revoked that person's access to the bundle. If I could go back and do it again, I would make the bundle only cost a donation of $10 on Tiltify. $10 is the automatic suggested donation amount that auto-populates into Tiltify, and I had hundreds of people who only donated $10, thinking that that was enough to get them access into the bundle. So I emailed them all, literally all of them, asking if they'd like to donate an additional $5 to get access to the bundle. Some of them did, some of them didn't. In the end, the outreach was worth all of the emails that I sent out because we did gain more donations, but to save myself time and headache in future bundles, I would 100% lower the price to Tiltify's suggested donation amount of $10. If I could go back and do it again, or if I was looking forward to the future and changing something, I would tell myself to send out batches of access to the Google Sheet in smaller doses. My emails started getting blocked or ending up in spam because I was sending out hundreds at a time. While sending out access in batches of 15 was tedious, it would have saved me so much time in the end if that's how I would have started. On the Tiltify and in the public submission sheet, I let folks know that if they had donated their $15 but hadn't received an email from me within 24 hours, to email me their receipt and then I'd get them access. I ended up sending individual access emails hundreds of times because of all of the blocked emails that I mentioned earlier. One thing that I did learn from all of the emails that I sent was to have copy-paste versions of all of my communications. I had a copy and paste email ready to go for sending out access to folks from the Google Sheet, an email for if folks only donated $10 to see if they'd like to increase their donation, an email to send a direct link to their access if someone's email address had gotten blocked because of all of the emails I was sending out, and eventually an email sent out in small batches with donors BCC'd with the direct access link after already giving them the access to the bundle. Overall, I really wouldn't change too many things about how I oversaw the bundle. It was well received and supported by the community, and honestly, it was really cool to be a part of. If I were to do this again in the future, I'd probably do some additional marketing and promotion of the bundle and leave the bundle open for a full month for donations instead of 3 weeks to get additional donations for the charity. In total, I probably worked on the bundle every day for at least 1 hour per day, upwards of 2.5 hours per day on especially busy days with donations and lots of emails. At the start of the bundle, when I was checking to see if all of the submitted games were properly linked and had working download codes, it was probably 3 hours per day. And I also want to mention the Read Me First tab that I put onto all of the download sheets as well as the public submission sheets. It included information like how many submissions there were, what to do if you hadn't received access after donating, additional resources to support folks in Palestine, and ways to help spread the word about the bundle. I think this was extremely helpful in communicating with over 1,500 people about the bundle, and next time I'll probably make that information tab a little bit more intricate and with a little bit more detail. So there you have it, folks. That is how I created what I think is the first charity bundle, at least of its caliber, to be sold on Tiltify to support a charity. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and stay tuned for our next charity bundle launching in June, TTRPGs for Palestine via Itch. If you want to stay in the loop about submission periods for future charity bundles that I host, add your email address to my mailing list in the video description, or subscribe to my free Charity TTRPGs newsletter also in the video description.